Today tells us to flip it.
Yeah,
and
it
it shifts it marketing.
Yeah, it does.
Focus on prospecting.
It does.
And then enhance it with marketing.
Now, doesn't mean you can't do well at marketing, right?
Oh, it can still be highly effective, but if you're prospecting, you understand what actually messages your customers are going to respond to,
Right.
and you put that in your marketing, and it's more effective.
Right, and in my own research on a monthly basis, the agents who are netting the most amount of money are those that are prospecting based and marketing enhanced. I think what we would say going forward, if we were rewriting Millionaire Real Estate of today, is we would say you have prospecting and you have marketing. You need to look at your market and you need to decide which is going to give you your best results. And then if it's a seller market, great, then you're probably marketing based and prospecting enhanced. But if it's a buyer market, you might want to be prospecting
Based and marketing enhanced.
I'm not sure that we would absolutely say as a model, you could be the best agent you could be just as a prospector. And I'm not sure that we would say you could be the best agent you could possibly be leads-wise and income-wise just as a marketer, could we?
No.
It would be tough.
The best results seem to come from a combination.
Yeah, that's right. Okay, so then we said, now, if I'm going to go out and generate leads, we laid some basic premises out there, and that was 8x8, 12 direct, and 33 touch.
That's right.
Do you think those three concepts are still valid today?
Absolutely. They weren't new when we brought them into the book.
That's right.
The 8x8 is about cementing the relationship.
That's right.
Hit them really quickly.
Yeah.
The 33 touch is about saturating them over time.
Yeah, that's right.
And the 12 direct is a monthly newsletter. It's about people who haven't met you yet.
Right.
You need mind share with them. When they think of real estate, they think of you.
Here's what changes, and that's the messages, right?
Absolutely.
Your messages matter. You need to make offers to individuals for immediate responses, and you need to make sure your messages match the market.
The people you're talking to and the market conditions you're in.
Yeah. Okay, so let me ask you a quick question. Is it really 8? Is it really 12? And is it 33?
No, they stand for things, right?
Yeah, there you go.
8x8, cementing.
Okay, so if I could do it in 5, if I could do it in 3, if it took me 12, would that be okay?
Absolutely.
Okay, so 12 direct. Is it really 12 direct, or could it be 10? Could it be 9? Could it be 20?
It's about regularly touching them over time. So they expect it.
That's right.
And they recognize it when it shows up.
So this idea of 33 touches a year
It's overkill.
Well, it's overkill over time is what we said. What you and I discovered, we've interviewed agents where they said, hey, I am personally netting $500,000 a year, and I'm only touching people 12 times a year. And our response to that is, that's great. Imagine if you did it 20 times a year or 25 times a year. What we found was that we couldn't find a number that was specific enough for us to say, oh, by the way, the best number is 20, the best number is 25, the best number is 12, the best number is 30, the best number is 40. We found them all over the place, and in the end, we went with a number that we felt was truly overkill over time.
That's right.
The point was, you need to be with someone at the moment that they either are going to make a decision or they're in front of someone who's going to make a decision. And you're with them, meaning that top of the mind awareness, they're thinking of you.
They're deciding to buy or to refer you to someone who is.
Yes. We also mentioned the concept of Mets and haven't met. Has that changed?
No.
No, not at all.
There's just two groups of people out there, people you've met and people you haven't.
Yeah, and the thing that we know is that at the basis of most real estate agents' business that are very successful, there's a nice database of Mets that they are communicating with, right? They're doing their 33 touch or something like that on a regular basis, right?
Yes, and the more focused they are on having a really tight group of advocates, the more business they get from them.
Yeah, that's right. The whole goal of the model was to go and build a database. Go out to the world, to the people you haven't met. Meet as many people as you can. We want everyone to wake up every morning and put in 3 to 4 hours of lead generation time, hopefully before noon.
That's right.
And we want them to be real clear on their market. We want them to be real clear on the messages that they're going to put in print, in whatever marketing they go after, and the messages that they're going to relay to the public
through their scripts.
Through their scripts and dialogues, absolutely. We want you to practice those scripts and dialogues. We want you to experiment with those written messages. And we want you to always be making offers to people for as immediate response as possible, which is, hi, Jay, I'm Gary Keller. Would you like to buy or sell a house? That's a direct offer.
And hi, Gary Keller. Would you like to find a great deal in this market? And that's another offer.
Right. Hi, I'm Gary Keller. Would you like my free market analysis on your home?
Cool.
Yeah. Direct offer, right?
Hi, I'm Jay Papazan. Would you like to know the value of your home?
Yeah, there you go. So what we want is people to go out to the unmet world and meet as many people as they can 3 to 4 hours a day, put them right, 8 by 8 them, 12 direct, 33 touch them, right?
And make offers all along the way.
And always be making offers. Always be making timely offers.
That's the focused lead generation model.
That's the focused lead generation.
All right.
Any nuggets of truth?
Make
Right.
offers for immediate
Cementing.
response.
Cementing, which is,
Cementing is making the critical, not making, but with the person that you meet.
okay, so by the time you're done with them, you know, both of you know you're working together.
Yes, cementing.
Okay, good.
Always be making offers. It was an eye opener right there. The last thing, I mean, just, I assume that my friends and family and everybody knows what I do for a living.
Right.
You know?
The assumptions that are killers.
How'd you like the way he
Assumptions.
turned that conversation? Wasn't that powerful? The way he turned that?
Hey,
No
do you
one
want to
would-
buy or sell a house? Or hey, do you want to look what the value of the market is right now? Or
Yeah.
something like that. Or,
Great deal.
yeah,
Would you
great
like
deal
to
in this
see-
market.
Looking for a great deal.
Are you
Great deal
looking
this
for a
market.
great deal? That's just powerful.
Who
Some
do
new
you know?
wordsmithing I found from somebody I'm working with is, would you like to hear about some great opportunities in the real estate market?
There you go.
Perfect.
It's awesome.
Perfect. But just changing your thinking, non-threatening, professional. That's a professional who would ask that question.
Right, but
Because
what,
that's professional information that you're imparting onto the
but
person.
what this the basis or the foundation of all this though goes back to is your database. And if you don't have a database, you can't do these things unless you're meeting people at the store or yeah.
The prospecting versus marketing. If you're just starting in the business, whether you're 5 years and just don't have any business, the prospecting will drive the business, and then the marketing can come, because your time on the phone costs nothing except
Yeah.
for your time.
Exactly.
Doing the mailers, if you have no business, that's a sit and wait
Yeah.
versus go out and find it,
Yeah.
skin it, and kill it.
Right.
Yeah, we call it hunting and farming.
Yeah.
So I don't know about you, but I gotta go hunt. If I don't have something closing,
Yeah.
I better doggone be out there.
Oh, but you farm, and that's what I was talking about, the database. You know, you can do these 33 touches, and you can touch them all, and everyone knows, and you're, from being in Keller Williams for more than a week, you start to really accumulate all this vocabulary about 33 touch, 8 by 8, you know, all these different things. But I mean, how many of us actually implement it? How many of us actually put this into practice? How many of us have a habit going about it? That 3 to 4 hours prospecting time, that is daunting. That, I would not say start 3 to 4 hours a day. I would say, you know,
If you're
start
not
with
doing
an
it
hour.
already yet. But why do you guys think that they said preferably in the morning? I mean, right after he said 3 to 4 hours a day, preferably in the morning, why do you
Just to
think
get it
they?
done. It's like working out. Why do you work out in the morning?
So the day takes over.
When we,
The
well,
day
yes.
takes over. What else, Sean?
All hell breaks loose after 12 o'clock.
We didn't write one of these, but one of the things we learned at Mega Camp was that your day can start at 11:01. And that is, it was really hard to swallow for us when we were there, because the day does get crazy. But as we've started implementing hiring talent to handle some of those things, having the checklists in place to make sure that all these other things that we shouldn't be doing are being taken care of, because what we are is lead source generating. That's what we do. And when we are caught up making flyers and we're caught up doing all these other things that we as realtors shouldn't be doing, we are able to focus on what's important. We're going to be able to focus on the lead gen, which is what we should be good at. And if we're not good at it, then we probably shouldn't be realtors.
So we're going to be focusing on that every Thursday morning at 8 o'clock. And they're going to have one here too. So wherever you want to go, you can do that. And we are going to focus on how new ways, new
Yeah.
thinking, new anything about lead generation.
Right.
That is what we're going to focus on. And then we're going to go do that. So I would just challenge every one of you. Can you commit to 5 minutes of lead generation every single day?
Just 5 minutes. 5
I'm
minutes.
not kidding. Can you commit to that? And I mean, like, nothing will stop me. I'm going to do 5 minutes. No one will ever stop me
Right.
from doing 5
You
minutes a
shut your
day.
door, you lock it, you go in your car,
Yes.
and when not driving, and you just sit there and make it so no one, because you know, I used to hate when someone might hear me do my prospecting calls. But like, I'm telling you, if you just commit and you
5
yeah,
minutes.
have to.
I'm doing it. No one will stop me,
Yeah, a lot of
right?
you guys laughed when they said 5 minutes, but I'm here to tell you, in this room full of people,
Yeah.
if everyone in here for sure did laser focused prospecting for 5 minutes
Right.
today, there would probably be 10 deals would
Yes.
come from this room
Yes.
that are not
That are
going
not
to
there.
come if you
That
don't
are
do
not
this.
there.
So the thing I love about Keller Williams, reduced the ridiculous. reduced to ridiculous. If you'll do 5 minutes, everyone in this room today, 5 minutes today. You will not go home until you've done your 5 minutes.
What's
today.
prospecting? Make an offer to someone for an immediate response.
That's it.
Well, not only that, but you make it as a reoccurring event on your calendar. It's like cha-chunk, there's that time, and it's never going away, and it's always going to be then, and you never.
The worst thing that could ever happen to you is you will make more money.
Yep.
Sean.
And I think the real question too is, how do you get warmed up to prospects?
That music was pretty good.
Role playing.
Role play.
I role play
Role
5
play.
days a week for the past 6 months, and I've done more business in the past.
And you heard all those listings he has too.
And rap music.
Yeah. But also, if you don't have any other source, and really, if you want to call Expires and Fizzles, and just like he said, this is the right market for that,
Yeah.
I would go listen to Jimmy, because that man is a superstar.
He is a
Well,
superstar.
here's the other truth about that. Even if you're never going to call an Expired or a FSBO, if you go listen to him, you may change your mind, and if you don't, you will learn skills that you will apply in whatever prospecting you are going to do.
Yeah. I would agree with that.
Exactly, you could apply anything that he's talking about to your current database or anything. So he is valuable to listen to, and he is a talented individual, but it is because he has worked at it. So anything that you're learning, if we don't practice it, we will not be good at it.
Even if it's just calling the people that know you and love you and trust you. If that's all you do in this week is call those people, but one thing you could say that I loved, what I learned from one of these guys was, he said, "Hey John, it's Tim. I've got my real estate hat on, and
Yeah.
blah 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 blah."
Yeah.
And and so they know you're in real estate because they know you and love you and trust you. And so if you just say, "Hey, I've got my real estate hat on. Do you know anybody?" It just kind of prefaces it.
There's great deals right now.
Yeah, there's amazing
Are you
deals right
kidding
now.
me? Do you know anybody that I need
Yeah.
to talk to? Because I got this house that had 180 people through.
This
Do you know anybody who wants to
market right
sell
now is completely unique. Do you know anybody that needs to buy or sell right now? Because you can sell for higher than your listing, and you can buy with rates as low as they are.
Or
and
close to rental market.
Or close to a rental market.
My gosh, what an incredible time right
Yeah.
now. That urgency is just so vitally
Right.
important. But the reality
And
is,
starting a call out by saying, this call's about business, or I have my real estate hat on right now, do you have 2 minutes for me? Keeps that call from taking the entire 5 minutes.
Right.
If you get hold of somebody,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Right.
No, I don't know anybody right now. Okay, look, can I count on you for a referral if you do? And you can get their permission, give me a call.
or
blah, blah,
I love your
and
thing
dial
about,
next time.
hey, you wanna, I've got my real estate hat on and I'm doing values of homes. You want me to tell you what your value of your home is?
Yeah.
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 Do you know what houses are going for in your neighborhood?
Most of them don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you know what they're going for? Oh my gosh, and then they'll go, really? They're that much right now? Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're not here to tell you that we have it all together because we
No,
don't. But
definitely
what we
not.
are here to tell you is that we think,
There's a long
that
way to
this
go.
office is awesome. And we
Yeah.
think that you guys are incredible human beings. And we think that this town deserves your kind of talent.
And we would love for everyone in this room to be as successful as possible. Like, who couldn't use another $100,000 this year?
Yeah.
I could definitely use that.
I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
yes, Eileen.
I just want to make a couple of points from Gary's presentation, and that is that one thing I think a lot of people miss, and I think it's one of the reasons that people do fail, and it's that they have the wrong impression of what lead generation is and who it's presented to. And like Gary's saying, 2 types of people, Mets and haven't Mets. And I can't tell you the number of people who call me, call Roy, and they say, well, you know what? We don't have any clients to call because we're new. And it's like, it's not clients, it's Mets and haven't Mets. And so that's a huge concept that he sort of brushed across. But the other thing I just want to implant is that what he's saying here is be committed, have the commitment to do whatever it takes, the number it takes, whatever that number is, to have the mind, to be the person someone thinks about when they're going to sell real estate. That's the most important thing, to be the person they're thinking of. And the person they're thinking of is often the person who just put something on their door or who just mailed out again or whatever. You might have a great client, but someone who just knocked on their door and you haven't talked to them for 3 months, who are they going to list with?
That's what he was talking about
Yeah.
the 33 touch. You have to, the goal is to, he said, be with them when they make a decision
Yes.
to make a move. And you know, to be with them. The only way you're gonna do that is, if you're only doing 12 direct, or if you're only calling people once every 3 months, are you likely to be with them when they make that decision? Not as likely as if you were doing 20 touches a year, 25, 33.
But I also loved what he said is, if you go like, well, I can't do 33 touches a year, that's too much work for me. He said you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
If you were just doing 5, you know, if you're just doing a couple, do something.
Yeah.
You know, start with 1, start with 5 minutes. So I think that's just,
Yeah.
I think that's been helpful to
Yeah.
us.
Awesome. And this stuff
Great.
that you asked, you said, Sean, about you know, role play and stuff like that to get fired up. We do that in Petaluma as well. At 8:45, Rick Warner gets together with everybody who wants to on Tuesday mornings and they role play a script, and then they go hit the phones. And it's a lot of times, like, they'll watch something like this first, or they'll watch the script on video on KW Connect, and then they talk about it for a second, then they do it with each other, and then they go do calls. We did the Take 5 Listings a Month class, and at the end of that class, everybody had to pair up and role play really quick, and then move to the side of the room and call and start calling through their database using that script. And there was like 50 or 60 people in the class. We had like 4 or 5 listing appointments were made right in the class in like 10 minutes. And there wasn't any more people than there are in this room. So
Just know that when you go to HM Mountain, you can just go to the search thing and you can type in whatever the heck you want to learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you want to learn about lead gen, you just type it in and
You
about
want to learn
15
about
things
running your business like a
Yeah.
business. It's
Whatever
like
you want.
hiring,
everything, yeah.
First time that I've ever did it was because I'm working in LA too, and the team that I'm associated with made me go through the intro. There's like look up the program for a buyer's agent or a listing agent.
Yeah.
And it takes you through the intro of it talks about the history, it talks about our philosophy, and it really does start cementing what we're all about.
Look at this, I just typed in buyer's agent. Look,
And
lead
it-
buyer's agent and showing assistant model.
And it has
Buyer
your-
consultant part 6, buyer's consultation, buyer's agents, how to only show once, buyer mastery, create buyer urgency. How many people laughed inside their head when it said how to only show once?
Yeah.
I'm telling you it can be done.
Yeah.
If you just follow the first 30-day plan for any of those
I don't have it right now.
job descriptions, you're going to learn more in the next 30 days than you have probably in the past year if you've been in the business.
If you just read the job description and just do what the job
I
description is
know.
for a buyer's agent.
That's it. That's it. We had to, but you know, for us, it was like, where do we start? We're so far off.
Yeah.
We're so
You know,
far.
just because you might be successful doesn't mean your models are right. It doesn't mean your systems are good. It doesn't mean your checklists are in place. Like, you know, Trish was the #1 agent in all of CPS, and then when we moved to Bradley, we were #1 at Bradley, and we were still way off base.
Yeah,
Way
and
off.
you know what's funny about that is a lot of us are like that. Timo, he would tell you the same thing. I'm coaching him as well. And the deal with if you're going to implement a system, no matter what size your business is right now, make it a model and a system that's big enough to accommodate where you're going to grow. And the problem with most of us is we go, okay, I'm doing business, I'm doing 22 million or whatever, man, I'm gonna go to 30 this year, and so if I just do these couple more things, no, because really my systems and models aren't big enough to maintain that. And what you can do by following the models and systems of people who do it at a really high level already is that the system you'll be implementing is scalable all the way to whatever number of deals you're going to do. So you don't have to then go back and reinvent yourself. Because, well, geez, you know, we got to go fix all this stuff now that we built in our business that was wrong because it worked at 22 million, but it doesn't work at 60 million.
So can we challenge everybody that you do your 5 minutes this week, every single day, do your 5 minutes, and then come back next Monday and tell us anything.
You got my as a girlfriend.
Okay, really quick before we go, thank you guys so much. By the way. I really appreciate it.
No, I just wanted to compliment, Trish and Tim and just say that these two are compulsive sharers. They bring a lot of energy, and I consider that such a fabulous trait to want to share with other people. And I just honor the fact that you're here and you've done that.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. And that's one of the things you guys find too in coaching groups and stuff like that is that's the energy. That energy you guys feel from that and that like excitement and like, you know, it's like the person who quits smoking and then they want you to quit too. Yeah.
Thursday morning also here? Who's
Eventually, it's not, we have not set that up yet. So right now, it's 10 minutes away. Go to theirs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You in the conference room, Tim?
Yeah.
Yes.
Conference room.
Yes.
To add to what Eileen said about Trish, She is amazing.
Ah.
Well, she and I did